Hi, well, I'm Christy. Welcome to Christy's Stampin' Spot. I'm an independent demonstrator here in the United States. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Today is April 8th, Eclipse Day. So hopefully, if you're in the United States and you are in the path of totality, or here, I think we're about 75–80% here in Arizona. I hope you guys stay safe. Make sure you wear the glasses, your official eclipse glasses, so you don't injure your eyes. And I have got a really quick and fun card for you guys today. Let me check all my things to make sure that I'm where I'm supposed to be. Leave that I'm on my page. I'm just going to check my phone. I had such a trouble last week making sure that, ooh, it sounds good. That's awesome. Okay, it looks good. Fantastic. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, so let me go ahead and put you guys down. Sweet. Okay. Yay. Okay, so oh my gosh, so tomorrow is the 9th. And what does that mean? It means that it is the last chance sale for the January to April mini catalog, and we're actually going to use a pack. We're going to use some of the Lavender DSP that's from this. Let's see. No, it's not going on sale because it's going to stay, which is very exciting. Let me find what did I do with that lavender. I love this lavender. I was really excited that the lavender I have all these tabs, and none of them is what I want. Okay, here we go. Perennial Lavender. So this is actually the suite that we're going to use for today. I'm going to show you guys how to, if you've got to make a quick card, this is a fabulous pack of designer series paper. Actually, all of our designer series papers are awesome, our pattern papers. So I just want to let you know, too, that if you are going to shop that sale, or if you're looking for stuff that's going to retire, so our designer series paper and the butterflies and the painted lavender set and dies are not retiring, but the bundle is. So if you want to save the 10% and get both, you can. This fabulous word set is actually retiring, but these postage dies are pretty awesome, and they are staying. The word dies are not, so if you love these words, make sure you get them. And our shimmer ribbon, our shimmer gems, what are they called? Purple fine shimmer gems. They are. So this is it's a beautiful set. I just love this designer series paper. Sometimes you need a card that's quick, and our designer series paper, our pattern paper, is perfect for that. But tomorrow is the sale. So there's certain things that are going to be up to 60%. One of the things that's going to be on sale that we're going to use today is something that I'm very sad that's leaving, and that is our iridescent rhinestones. I love these. I'm going to go on today and try to score a few of these packs. I think it's going to be like they can be like $4.50, so instead of $7.50, they're $4.50. That I think they're like 30 or 40% off, but that's an excellent price. I'm going to buy a bunch of packs of these. Love these so much. But these are one of the things that's going to go on sale tomorrow, so I guess midnight Mountain Standard Time. And in things that are in this annual catalog that you love, that means all of our in colors will officially retire at the end of this catalog, which is May 1st, so by April 30th. So if you want any of the 2020, I think is it 2024 in colors, which is the Starry Night, Orchard Oasis, Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, or Tahitian Tide, all those colors are actually officially retiring at the end of the month. So make sure tomorrow's a great day to try to go on and score some fabulous sales, or to get some of those things that you think you might want that you haven't actually picked up. So tomorrow is the day of the big sale. What we're going to use today is actually returning, and that is this beautiful pack of designer series paper. I just love this. I know I've showed it a bunch. The Perennial Lavender paper, and it has one of these big 12 by 12 sheets that you can cut up to make card fronts. And so this is what I reach for when I need to make something quick and beautiful. I love that when to go to the designer store paper, make it do all the work, whether you want to do a simple stamping card or even step it up. Um, our designer series paper is perfect. So the colors in this paper are Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Lost Lagoon, Orchard Oasis, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, and Starry Night. So Starry Night and Orchard Oasis are two of the ink colors that are retiring. So if you love some of the different shades that are in this paper, go ahead and grab a pack or two of the cardstock. But I'm going to use of those two shades, right? So so that you have it, because after the April 30th, we won't be having it in our online store. But I have, even though this paper is staying, I picked out I love purples. You know, purple's pretty. So I'm going to use a basic white is what I'm going to stamp my sentiments on. So I grabbed a piece of basic white. And then I love, this is the Gorgeous Grape, the Highland Heather, and the Fresh Freesia. They're beautiful purples that go with this paper. I love that they have the pretty the butterfly. So I'm just going to show you guys a little bit how to make a quick card. So on this one, there's so much this edge that'd be perfect to do a quick. You can stamp right on the sentiment right onto the designer series paper, or you can stamp on a piece of basic white and then put the banner anywhere you want. But let me show you how you cut up this paper. So, oh, I didn't even get this off. So, because our others are retiring, this is the new catalog. This is the one that's the May 2024 to April 2025 catalog. My pre-order should be here tomorrow. Fingers crossed. But if you are not one of my customers, or you don't have a demonstrator in the United States and you'd like to get a new catalog, you can just shoot me an email and I will get one out to you. If you live in the United States, it's so pretty, and there's a lot of really great resources in here, not just showing off our beautiful products, but about card making. So this is going to be one that I'm going to take and make sure I get it laminated and put a spiral on it, because this is definitely one that's going to go on the keeper shelf, because it has some great stuff. I can't wait to show you guys, but I can't show you the inside until May 1st, but you can get your own and get your hands on it. So it's awesome. I love the new catalog. Okay, so I told you about the colors for this paper. So let's go ahead and cut some. Although I have a piece already cut down, I will show you. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so I like to cut my I usually cut my 12 by 12 in strips that are 4 inches. But when I have a 12 by 12 that's like this, that's clearly made to make 6 by 6 pieces, if you're going to do scrapbooking 6 by 6 pages, I mean, this would be beautiful for that. But because it really looks like there's 2 sides to this paper, I'm going to go ahead and cut it in the half. So I'm going to cut it at 6 and make my card front. So I do it a little bit different than I usually do my other 12 by 12s, because this paper is just really gorgeously made to make card fronts. So I'm going to cut it at 6 by 6, and as you can see, I'm going to have 2 different directions. So when I cut this one, right, and make this a card front, and make this a card front, and make this a card front, this one will be going the other direction. So, because this butterfly is going the wrong way. So if I was going to do a shorter piece, I would cut it here, so just this piece, and the butterflies are going in the right direction, although you can still see it up here, or this side. But what's lovely is if you cut it here, you will definitely want, so if I was going to do this at the 4, because I usually do 4 and 5 1/4, right, then I would make I want to keep some of that beautiful brown at the top, so I'm going to do it at 5 1/2, or not 5 1/2, 5 1/4, so that my card front the panel is 4 by 5 1/4, and then I have this piece left over, and this one is when I don't do strictly, when I cut up a piece of paper like this, I don't do the strictly 1/2 inch for my back of my card. So I just take, this is, what is this, about, so it is 3/4. So I just actually just set it kind of in the middle of my score and my trimmer, and I like cut it in half because it, you know, if it was 1 inch, I would just do half an inch, half an inch. But as it's a little bit under that, I'll just cut it in half, and so now I still have. So now I have a. So for each piece that I cut at the 4 and 5 1/4, I have 2 little strips that I can do on the inside and the back of the card. And so that's actually how I cut the 6x6. So I've got this sheet here. I could do another one. Let's see. I'm going to do this other side. And then let's do, I'll do 2 different cards. Here's the 4. So this is another piece. It's 4. Like I said, depending on whether or not you want your butterflies to go the other way, I might cut this one down, although no one might not notice. Or you could put your sentiment over the top. But I want to, again, keep more at the top here. So I'm going to cut it this way. If you wanted more of the foliage and less of this, you can cut off that side. But I like to have more of that brown. So again, it's at 5 1/4. So there's our beautiful card front. And then again, I'm going to take my strip, and so I'm put it, it's 3 1/4. Like, I just kind of eyeball it. I think there is an actual measurement that you can do to get it exact. I just kind of eyeball it because it's just pretty, right? So there I've got the edges. Okay, so here we go. I've got enough, so I'm going to go ahead and put this paper away. So you can see I could cut this one that way. I can still do it this way. So pretty, right? I love this paper. But let's make some quick cards. What did I do with my designer series paper pack? Here it is. I have more than one pack in this container. I love it so much. It's so pretty. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. Okay, so now I'm going to decide what colors I want to use. Whether you want to pull out the green, you could use the Lost Lagoon, or what I'm going to show you is on this card, I'll make 2 today. I'm going to do this one. I really like the Fresh Freesia as a base. So let's cut this one in half. So if you like the upfold, you're going to cut your 8.5 by 11 at 4 1/4 and score at 5.5. If you like the book fold, where you open like this, then you're going to cut at 5.5 and score at 4 1/4. Now I really like the upfold, mostly because it's much easier to take a photo, to be honest. That's actually why I really like this fold, and because that's basically I'm taking photos of my cards. That is why I'm doing it. So let's. And if you want, I was about to cut it. Since I'm going to use both of these for that, and I score at 5.5, I'm actually going to score them both. So you can do that. You can score it, your paper, if you're good. Make sure you score it at 5.5. And that way, you score both times, and then you can cut at the 4 1/4. And then it's already scored for you. So instead of like taking it, I don't always do that because sometimes I'm cutting down my paper, but I know that I'm going to use this for 2. And I just love Fresh Freesia for this card, for this designer series paper, instead of like although the lavender is gorgeous. If you were going to put it on lavender, the Highland Heather, or on Gorgeous Grape, even if you like the darker color. I do like the darker color. That looks gorgeous too. There's something about the Highland Heather. I think it's because it's kind of pink, and I love pink. It must be. Like, I kind of like the. I'm really excited about that. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to use these 2 colors. But what I am, because I am going to do another Fresh Freesia, I do need another piece of Fresh Freesia so that I can, I'll probably do let's see if I have some scrap. Here's a scrap piece of the Fresh Freesia. So I can make the sentiment on that. Okay, so now I've got 2 card bases, and I'm going to just make 2 quick cards. So with this designer series paper, of course, you need some kind of a sentiment, although I guess you don't have to. You can always write it. But I love, let's see, there's two sets. So we've got one that's retiring that I just adore. If you don't have it in your collection, I would definitely, this one did not get, oh, there it is. I was going to say, I thought I scored it. Use my bowl folder to get it nice and crisp. There's two sentiments. So this go-to greetings, which I love, it is one of the on the retiring list. It's probably I probably use this set the most. If you like Googled on my blog what set came up the most, go-to greetings I think comes up the most because it has all these beautiful big giant scripty just a note, thank you, thinking of you, happy birthday, and then it has a cute little hello, which I love hello. It's my favorite sentiment, as well as just a note and thank you, and then this other set of just a note, thank you, thinking of you, happy birthday, and then the thinking you happy birthday. So they have in the 3 different font sizes, and they're all cursive, which is beautiful. So if you don't have this is a great just to have on your shelf if you need to grab something really quick. This is this is a perfect stamp set. So if you don't have this one, I would definitely recommend going and get that on the retiring list before it's gone for good. And then in the new catalog, they're going to have a new set of cards and ephemera packs, which is exciting. That you can just like mix and match to make quick cards without even having to do any cutting. But the stamp set that they recommend is called Simply Said, which again I think is going to be one that is going to replace my go-to greetings as something I have a lot because it has a let's celebrate, thinking of you, happy birthday, thank you, yay, miss you. It has a lovely little cursive hello, just a note, birthday wishes, and thanks. So this is a great all occasion sentiment stamp set that you can get and just keep on your keeper shelf that you can just grab for any kind of occasion. It's just fantastic. I mean, it might not have a sympathy, but you could do thinking of you. So this is a really great. But let's play with a hello because hello is my favorite, and we will go ahead and stamp on this. So I just love hello. And so we're going to use that today on our paper. So here we go. So if you want, you could just do a beautiful, put your designer series paper directly onto your card front, and look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's so beautiful. And so I'm going to do that for this one because I'm going to do a simple stamping. This one I want to do a little bit more. I feel like it needs a little bit of a layer, and so I guess I didn't put my stuff up too, because I just feel like actually even with simple stamping I like another layer on there, don't I? Oh, I love the Highland Heather. What do you guys think? Highland Heather or Gorgeous Grape? You know what? I kind of like the Gorgeous Grape. Let's go the Gorgeous Grape, and then for my layers, for my secondary layer that I always put. I use it's 5 3/8. So 5 3/8 and by 4 1/8 is what I do for that next step layer. So if let's see, 4 1/8. There we go. So now I have 2 of those layers. I can set that aside. Because I think that just makes it better, right? Like, okay, so you guys can see that. So you don't really, even with this beautiful paper, you don't need another layer. But look at when you do, and you just add that little bit of color underneath. I think it just makes it pop just a little bit more. Not pretty. Oh, love, 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 love. Okay, and this one too. Okay, so this one I'm going to stamp right here onto my card front and not put ribbon on it, but I will put some gems. This one I'm going to do another layer, and we'll stamp on basic white and put it in there, right? Okay, so, oh my goodness, so let's get out. I'm going to use my Stamparatus, or whatever whatever stamping positioning tool you use. I really love I use the waffle flower grip mat, although I think I'm going to need to wash it soon. You can see there's a little bit, I don't know if you can see, there's like a little bit of glitter on there. So I'm just going to put that down. You can, of course, use your block or whatever. See, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh my god, it's such a pretty set. Okay, so this is, of course, photopolymer. Let's pull that out. Now, sometimes your photopolymer has some stuff on it. If you find that it's not stamping, so the very first time you stamp it, I usually like to just grab a piece of scrap paper. That's where I want that to go. So pull my little thing out. Let's see. Scrap paper. I had some scrap paper on here. Here we go. Okay, here's a piece of scrap paper. And I'm going to use my Gorgeous Grape is the color we're using. Go, Gorgeous Grape. Love Gorgeous Grape. Okay, let's see. So the first time I definitely like to try it first. If you have trouble getting your ink to adhere, that is absolutely gorgeous. If you're having trouble with your ink to adhere, try using Versamark, and then put the Versamark on, and then use your ink. That helps. Or if you're not using a positioning tool, make sure you've got some kind of a cushion. I mean, I have glass and a mat, but because the photopolymer does not have that extra give to it, sometimes you need a little bit of extra cushion. So try it out first before you stamp on your paper. I know, it's so scary. But the good thing about this is if you mess up, you can always put a piece of paper on top and no one will know any better. But isn't that beautiful? It's so gorgeous. And I cut my chamois in half. It makes it easy to clean up off of my tool. And oh my gosh, I need to make sure I put these back. So I was making a happy birthday card this weekend, and I misplaced somewhere. I'm going to find it. I have my craft room is, well, it's usually a mess, but it's definitely even more of a mess today because I went through everything looking for the photopolymer happy birthday, and I could not find it anywhere. So I haven't given up hope, but I had to stop looking because I was trying to finish my taxes. I know tax day is right around the corner. I can't believe I've waited so long, but every year I do. So all I'm going to do is just mat that. Isn't that beautiful? It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm just going to get some glue. You can use whatever your favorite adhesive is. And you don't have to put the adhesive all over and make your paper soggy. But I love layers, so even though this is a simple stamping and I'm just stamping on the designer series paper, just like that. This is where I would, and then after you've got that on that, this is where I would think, do I want a piece of ribbon? Because then you could wrap it and do a little bow. That's pretty. Or even just like that. But no, I'm going to make it simple stamping. I'm very hard at simple stamping. That is the hardest. We'll use this ribbon on the other one because I always want to add more. But you don't need to. It's a gorgeous card just without adding all that extra. So pretty. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this hello. It's so pretty. And this is the new Simply Said. This is going to be available for customers starting May 1st. It is also, we were so cool, it was on our pre-order. So demonstrators, if you guys, you're going to demonstrate, you can get it now. Oh my gosh, I love it, love it. Okay, then we need to do our inside. Like I said, I've got the two on the back. And even though this is not the full 1/2 inch, the half-inch strip that I usually do, it is cut at the 4. But I've just lost it underneath. I dropped it. There we go. I love my take a tick tool. It was sliding underneath my glass mat. I know, right? Like, I don't know why. I was okay. This is pretty. I love this. So I'm very happy that this paper is staying. But like I said, if you like the Starry Sky or the Orchard Oasis, they are in this paper, and those colors are going away. So make sure if you don't have that ink, or if you don't have even just a little bit of the cardstock, um, or maybe the ink color markers, that would be a nice. That way you can add a little bit if you want to. Okay, so that's on my back, and then we need our inside. So I'll go ahead and cut my insides now. So you can see we've got that completely done. All right, so I do my inside pieces at 5 1/8. So I'm going to take my 8.5 by 11. I'm going to make 2 inside pieces right now. So my long is at 5 1/8. So right here it's at 5 1/8. That's what I like my inside to be. Let me set this aside. We'll need that when we make the, we'll need a strip. I have like a whole bunch of scrap strips. And then it's at 3 7/8. So I make it smaller than I do for my front, but the edge is still at 4, right? So it goes hangs over the edge a little bit, which I kind of like. Okay, so there's one card front. That's one inside panel, and the other one, of course, is 4. It's 3 7/8. And then look, we have a strip. We can use that strip to make our sentiment on our other card. So there we go. We've got our 2 inside pieces. So we know that we're going to put that inside piece in here. So let's finish this card up. We need another strip. And so it's a little bit less than the 4.5. Now, I usually will stamp if I'm outside. I'll stamp this first. And this does have a direction, so keep that in mind to make your leaves go the right way. Yeah. It's nice. So my husband is not coming home from work today. He's staying at work. They're gonna step out to see the eclipse. His friend has brought a bunch of stuff with him. We have the glasses here. Is there anybody out doing something special for the eclipse? We're not doing anything super special. I mean, we had one, I think it was in 2017, so it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that we had it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead again. I just used my stamp. Since I got the mat, I use this all the time, way more than I used to. So it says hello, and I'm just going to do thinking of you. Just a note would be pretty too, but I kind of like the mix of the different sentiments, or not sentiments, clearly the different fonts. I don't know why. Sometimes I really like to mix the fonts up. And I'm just going to put that down here in the corner. And as you can see, I'm just putting the sentiment. I'm not like stamping more flowers. Of course, that gorgeous painted lavender is just beautiful. Okay, I'm just using a piece of scrap paper. Oops, I pulled my other piece up. Uh-oh. I'm going to have to reposition that. Let's see here. Did not get it stuck down good. And then, you can't just lay it. I got to stick it down. There is this. I just want to check it before with my scrap paper, because it's the very first time I'm getting ink on it. I like to check it the first time I get ink. Like I said, if you're having trouble with it, it looks beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you are having trouble with the ink adhering, or if you're using a photopolymer that's not stamping up, try using the Versamark. That really does help keep it beautiful. Love, love, love. And of course, I love the stamping positional tools. So if you don't get it dark enough, you can always do it again. And I am using the Gorgeous Grape ink, because I used that Gorgeous Grape ink. I used that for the now, if you are one of my customers and have been getting my cards, I like to stamp on the back of my card. So how do I do that? I flip my positioner around, because I've already got my thing made, and then I'm going to go ahead and then I can adhere it so it's open here at the top. I'll take my thinking of you again. Make sure it's dry. Make sure it's dry, because once you've done it and you've cleaned it once, if it's not dry, you'll leave watermarks, and you don't want to leave watermarks. I'm pretty sure mine's nice and dry. And there is my thinking of you. Do. Want my gorgeous grape. Go. Thinking of you. I like to put the sentiment on the back. Because I just feel like it's naked if I don't put stuff on the back. And so, especially when I'm not doing colors or, adding like stamping a flower or something, I'll do that. Okay. And then I'm done with this for right now. And then I always put my sheet back. It's a piece of like window sheet acetate. It came with it. And then I have my Stampin' Up! Logo that I always add to the back of my cards. This is from the Stamped with Love, and that is staying in the catalog, so you'll be able to find that again, like on the back page. But I have it on this lovely G block. This block is retiring. So if you don't have one of these, and I don't ever take it off this block, I just leave it right there so I don't have to go searching for it, so it's easy to find. Then I'm not only on client compliance, but so pretty. Love, love, love. Okay. And I just put that there. But those are retiring, these G blocks. So I know the little baby ones, the A, have already sold out. I'm pretty sure they still have the G, and there's like the I, which is the other medium size. Well, I think it's the one bigger than the medium size that is still available. Is also retiring. Okay, oh my gosh, look at that, you guys. Not pretty? Okay, and then we can just add this inside. And we have a quick and easy, this is kind of a simple stamping because there's not like a lot. And then if you, we can step it up, I'll step the other one up because it doesn't have as much brown. What I love about this designer series paper is that it's definitely different than like some of the others that has all the same on the bottom. So you can get, basically you can make almost 6 cards exactly the same. This one definitely has a variation. But isn't that beautiful? It's so beautiful. You can just add it, and then you can just stamp hello on your envelope, so you have matching envelope. Or thinking of you. I like the hello. So pretty, pretty. Okay, so that's our first card, which is just the simple stamping. We're going to take the other card front that we cut that has all of that beautiful foliage. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, so pretty. That we cut, and it's the 4 and the 5 1/4. And we're going to put it on our mat, a gorgeous great mat that we layer panel that we created, and that was the 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Let's go ahead and glue that down. Oh, I'm almost out of glue on this. Let me see. And I just don't have the squeezy power that I usually have. So I can't wait till it goes down. Let's put it on here, and then let's wrap this one now. This white ribbon that I have, the striped white ribbon, is going to be in the new catalog. So you can get it starting May 1st. It's a part of a combo pack with a petal pink, and it's that striped. Isn't that beautiful? Super, super pretty. Just like this. Okay, so but before I put my ribbon in, let's stamp a sentiment that we're going to put, and then how we want our ribbon to go. Depending on where we put it, depending on what kind of the sentiment is how I like to do it. But we definitely, because there's not as much space on this one, this is why I think you definitely should just put use one of your strips and do a nice basic white. I think I'll want to cut this one down, but this is the piece that I got off of when I made my basic white. So you'll always keep all these strips. And this one looks like 3/4, right? It should be 3/4 by 5 1/4, right? Is what the size is. And we'll probably cut this down to put it on our card front. I'm going to go ahead and use my Stampin' positioning tool again. Like I said, I use this all the time now because it's so easy. Again, let's get out my hello, which I love. So these make it so easy. The photopolymer, man, I have a harder time. When they were on blocks, it was much harder to lose them than when they are like this little plastic. Right, the little photopolymer is really easy. Okay, so let's see. Do I want to? I don't think I want a big long across. If you're going to do a long strip, right, you'd want to put it in the middle, and I would cut your strip first if you're going to have it go all the way across. I'm not. I think I want to just put, like, maybe have a few uh, rhinestones on one side, and then maybe I'll banner or flag the other side. But it definitely feels like it's a little bit too thick. So I'm going to move my hello down to towards the bottom of my little 3 1/4, so I can easily trim that up. And again, I'm going to use my gorgeous grape. I love hello. It's so pretty. Hello. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And you know what? I think I'm just going to probably put hello on the inside too, because I just love hello cards. They are my favorite. And you can always say hello, happy birthday. So I've just left it. I've left it on my Stampin' Positioning tool, so I don't have to move it. I shouldn't do that. I really shouldn't. But okay. So here is my hello, and like I said, I want to cut it down. This strip. So I'm gonna cut it. I think I'm gonna cut it at like, let's see, that two might be too much. I'm gonna cut it at 2.5, and then I'm probably gonna cut it down again because I think this is too much on the one side. Ooh, I scored it. That doesn't help. You actually gotta cut it. Okay, so then this is the trickier part. I'm going to put my below and see how I have a little bit on the under edge. And so how I'm going to try to figure out if I have the same amount. I want to lower this down. So it looks like I just want to take like 1/8 off, right? So as you can see, I can't see my color. So if I look down my guideline, I can't see it at all, right? I can't see that hello, but I can definitely see like the little bit of the purple. So I want to move this down just a little bit more, so that they're even on each side. So you want to make sure you can see it on how you looking down the guide where you're going to cut, right? So now there's nothing. I can see my hello is below the score line, so that I can get it kind of even. So it's almost, gosh, I don't know, is that actually 1/8? I just had to trim it just a little bit, right? I do want a little bit more off. Now you can just use your paper snips if you want to cut it, but since I have my trimmer out, I just did it. You can also cut it down with your paper snips. I'm just not as good with my paper snips. And it's important to get paper snips to have a nice edge, which means you have to not drop your scissors, which I totally do. I totally drop them all the time. Okay, so I like the banner. Let's see. I think I need to cut this down a little bit. I don't think I want my my flag to be too high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down in the middle and then go to the side. And I think I'm going to come up a little bit from the edge because it still feels like it's a little too long. Just eyeball it so it's about the same on each side. And there you go. I've flagged the edge, the end of my hello. So there is that. Now, I think that you definitely need some backing. Remember, I pulled out this pack of paper. So because I've done it in purple, the gorgeous grape, but I want to pull this color in from I've stamped in the color that's the first layer, right, the panel underneath, but I want to bring in the color that I used from the base, which is the Fresh Freesia, and so I'm going to do that. So sometimes I will actually measure what I have, but when I'm doing something quick, I almost never do. Like I measure out this measurements for you guys when I'm done. See, so it's about 1 5/8 is how long it was, and it's 3/4. Definitely, yeah, look at that. It's a good 3/4. So that means I must have had, it was kind of like at a weird Must have been at 7/8 instead of 3/4. The other little white piece. Okay, so that means, let's see, I'll cut myself another square. I think I want to just leave this one square. So it said it was 3/4, so let's do an inch. Right, it was an inch, and I said it was what, was it 1 and 3? It is 1 and 5/8, right? Just about. No, it's about 3/4. So let's see if I go to 2. It might be too big. I might have to cut it down, but I did not cut it all the way through. Oh, there it goes. I think I'm almost ready to get my blade. I might be really ready to put my blade away. Okay. So now I've just made a panel layer for my. Oh no, that looks good. For my hello. If you are close to being done, close with your you might need to change your blade as it starts to show, like, gives you a little bit of an edge. That's also it's a good use to use your bone folder to smooth out those edges so you don't have it like it being rough. Okay, and let's see. Does that look? It looks pretty. That looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and glue our hello down to our panel layer of fresh freesia. So this is just a tiny bit stepped up because there's more foliage on this one. Go. Oh, it's so cute, right? Okay, so then let's add some ribbon because I like ribbon, right? So I think I might want to put my hello there. Ooh, maybe I'll put the hello on the. Do I like it on the bottom? See what I'm saying about, like, where I might want this to go? How I would like that to be. Do I want it to go above it because this is a thin? And maybe put this into a bow. Let's cut a bow. Let's see. Make a bow before I cut this out. I like this ribbon though; it's pretty. I mean, white ribbon is it's really nice because you can color it with your Stampin' Blends if you want to make it a color. But this is a really pretty white. Just goes with, especially if you're using white for what you stamp on. Right? We had a very vanilla. I think the very vanilla, like, check is one of the ones that is tiring. Look at that. I got my bow all messed up. Let me do it one more time. Sometimes I twirl it to make it look nicer, and then I make it worse. There you go. You can just start over. Awesome. So this is a cute little bow, and I always start really big, and then I always make it smaller. I don't know why. I just like little bows. Okay. So let's cut that just like this. These are my Cadillac scissors. Stampin' Up! Used to sell these. I wish they'd bring them back, but these are my ribbon scissors. The only thing you always cut is with ribbon. I mean, if you go to the craft store, you can get some ribbon scissors. But that's what those are. Just my ribbon. Just my ribbon. Okay, so now, just kind of see, there's that beautiful butterfly. I want to cover that up. That looks pretty there. I usually like to either at the bottom or at the top. I kind of like it over putting putting that on top of that. Ooh, my hello. I want my ribbon to go. Let's see here. How about that? That looks pretty. I think I like that. Okay, so then I'm just going to cut that out. And then I need my tear and tape. And I used to use seal. I know that our vellum is retired, but you can still get vellum everywhere else. Vellum is pretty much the only time now that I use my tear and tape. I cannot use glue with vellum because it always makes a mess. So if I'm going to do ribbon, I just have the steel out whenever I do anything with vellum. But otherwise, I'm using tear and tape because it holds the ribbon really well. And like seal, like I use seal to hold the ribbon down. I've been using the tear and tape. That works really well. I don't know why I didn't think of it before. I know one of my ladies on my team always loved tear and tape, and I don't know if it was her, or if it was watching somebody else. They're like, why don't you use the tear and tape to hold it down? So you can put the tear and tape back on top of it. It really holds your ribbon, so it doesn't feel like it's pulling up on the edges. So, yeah, I use the tear and tape. Now with this ribbon, there is definitely two different sides, so you want to make sure you get it on the right side. So the shiny side is up. And then, let's see, stick it down. I didn't get on this side. Do-do-do. So yeah, I don't try to put my ribbon on with glue. I use the seal or I use the tear and tape. I just don't have time for it to wait for it to dry. And then this really holds it. So as you can see, I've got it here. I do this every time. I usually say use it just to secure your ends, which I do. Let's see. It looks like everything goes good. My daughter did say it looks good. Although, oh my gosh, she said that last time and it was not. You have to listen to it. If you listen to stuff, sometimes when you listen to the recording with the earphones, it sounds better and is louder than it actually is. But I listened to it on Wednesday and was like, oh my gosh, this is so terrible. I have to do it again, which it turned out okay. And then at first it wouldn't let me delete, so I'm sorry if you saw the bad version before I could delete it. Facebook was like, no, you can't delete this. We're going to keep it. I finally was able to, but the second video that I did, it finally let me download it, and I did get that up on my son actually got that up for me on YouTube. So if you're watching this live or if you're watching this later on my YouTube channel, make sure you like and subscribe so that you can get notified whenever I got a new video. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say I've got that secured. So now I'm going to put on the glue. Now, if you think you're going to need to move it around a lot, you can put a little glue on your tear and tape. It doesn't make it not work, but it does let you slide it a bit. So if you're really thinking that you're going to have trouble, because the tear and tape will not let you slide it around. So before you press down with that tear and tape, unless you put some glue on there, help it slide, that way you can keep it the way it goes. Let's see. You gotta hold your tongue just right to make sure you get this on there correctly. I don't know why I'm feeling like I got it. There we go. Very pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous. This Science Series paper is beautiful. So it was definitely great that they're keeping it. Nice. Okay, so this one we're going to put up on Stampin' Dimensionals. And then, yeah, because Stampin' Dimensionals are awesome. And actually, I'm going to do it right now. I should have done it earlier, but I like cutting this in half because I usually like to put the dimensionals so it's not in the middle when I'm going over the ribbon, so that I have a channel for the ribbon. Right? This one's really flat, so I don't think it will matter. But, and then if you can see, I did not use my good scissors. These are ones I've dropped. My husband actually had to sand off, so it's like rounded edges. Sand it off, it made it like a little pricky, bent edge that was catching on stuff. So I'd have to have him sand it for me. Okay, here we go. That means it's not a super sharp point. Okay, so now, so I can lay my ribbon right down the middle. Just like that. That way it's nice and stable. And then I have my ribbon. What did I do with the ribbon? Here it is right here. I use some glue dots. These are our glue dots. I love them. Very nice. So I usually use about 2 on here to attach my ribbon. So some people like to tie it. I can't do that. I can't tie it on. I could get it flat and then I just add it. So some people say that's cheating. I don't know about cheating. I think it's wise. Now, if you have a really heavy bow and it's going to lift this up, then you can put another Stampin' glue dot underneath, right? The glue dot underneath there. Let's see, how do I want that to go? Usually put it sideways, but I like it. I like it like that. There we go. Now, if is that cute? Oh, love, love, love. Okay, so what we didn't do with the first, because I didn't add any extra. Well, let's put some glue. We could add more rhinestones on here, but then it wouldn't really be that simple stamping. You could also add a little bit of Wink Estella too, if you've got Wink. So, but this one we've stepped up a little bit. So we've got the 2 layers, and then we have added that, and then we can get our these are rhinestones. I love these. So like I said, these are retiring, but you can, I believe they're still available, and they are going to be on the sale. It's just so exciting. I mean, if you're going to have to get, if they're going away, if you have to get some, getting them on sale is always nice. All right, so now I've just added a few, and it just adds a sparkly. And if you can tell, they almost have like a pink hue, but when you put them on this one, it picks up that purple. So pretty. There we go. How awesome is that? Okay, so now we can just do the back. That's the irresistible rhinestones. Now, if I was going to mail this in the, I would probably put a piece of cardstock in the envelopes to keep, because these are high, so you don't want to. I mean, it's not too high, but it's nice. We have some really pretty ones coming that are not at all high. Okay, so where did I set my other? Here they are. Like, I know they have them. My 2 other strips that I made when I cut that card front. And it's cut underneath they want to slide underneath the glass mat. Okay, so we're going to add that to the back. Again, there is a little bit of a direction for these, because you want to make sure the leaves are going in the right direction. The best for the strips are when there's no direction, because then even if you have a piece that's left over that's sideways, you can cut it, right? They just have to go the same direction, which is always the best. Okay, and then we have the basic, and here's our basic white. And let's do the same thing. We'll add this piece on the inside to our basic white inside panel. And this one, I think I'm gonna I want to stamp the hello again, because I love hello. It's my favorite. Right? How are we doing? Oh, it's a little after 9. I'm almost done. We did 2 cards this time. Okay, so here I've got my Stamparatus out again. So whatever your Stampin' Positioning tool, I saw on one of the things that, I think this is Sizzix. A couple of the new companies are getting out new ones. So they're always Stampin' Positioning tools. Sadly, ours retired, but you can still get them. I like Stampin' Positioning. And as the older I get, the more I like using the Stampin' Positioning tool. I used to not use it at all. Oops, I did not get it down stuck. Good enough. Like I said, I've got. So when your mat starts to not stick as heavy as you need, you just rinse it with some Dawn and let it air dry. And then it gets it sticky back, because it's actually a photopolymer that's very similar to our stamps. So if you have problems with your stamps not sticking, your photopolymer, wash them lightly in Dawn and let them air dry, and you got it. So then we got my hello. That pretty? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, so then we turn my my Stampin' Positioning tool around. I'll do it on the back as well. And when you do stuff on the back, it's nice to use your stamp and positioning tool because then you don't mess up, right? It's harder to, I mean, you could still mess up, but it's harder to mess up when you use your stamp and positioning tool. So I do that all the time. And I have it right here next to me. I find that if I've got it close at hand, it's easier for me to get, so for me to use. Awesome! It's so cute. Close that. Clean this up. Put this away. I probably will wash my thing. You can tell I've got some glitter still on it or something. You need to make sure you don't get glitter on your little pool. I made all those Christmas cards with that. I cut up the one of the add-ons for paper pumpkin, and it had glitter on it. And so when I flipped it over to do stuff, I got glitter everywhere. And you know, it does take a while to get rid of. Glitter is one of those things. It's like it takes forever before it leaves. Show dominance, put glitter on your cards. Okay, so I'm just gonna add that to my inside, just like that. And then before it's finished, I'm gonna do again use my stamped with love copyright stamp set. Stampin' Up stamp. So now I have it. It's like you look for the hallmark, you look for that Stampin' Up on the back. It's awesome. And there you go, guys. Look at that. We've got 2 cards we made pretty quick. Awesome. Aren't those beautiful? So beautiful. So you can step it up where there's a lot of foliage and add the sentiment, or you can stamp directly onto your designer series paper, your pattern paper, and it looks beautiful. Just gorgeous, right? And then, of course, when you cut that down, you're going to save those little strips. Even if they're not the full ½ inch, they're still, it looks fantastic, right? It really adds something to your cards. So I hope you like today's cards. Let me go ahead and see. Tomorrow, like I mentioned, you guys, tomorrow is the last chance sale. April 9th is when that starts. So up to 60%. Like I said, those iridescent rhinestones are going to be on that. So it's anything from the January to April mini catalogs that's going to be retiring, or the annual catalog that retires. That's what's going to, if it's going to go on sale, you're going to see it tomorrow. And that stuff is selling out. Also, you can find on my website and on my online store now is the Q2 paper pumpkin dies, and I love these. You do have to be a paper pumpkin subscriber to get it, but oh my gosh, they have the butterfly inside and the outline. This really cute sentiment die, as well as that thanks, which is awesome. So I think they're like $12. Like, it's fantastic, and it matches. It's something that Stampin' Up is doing, where they have a die set that matches the quarter stamp. So that means the April, May, and June kit will all match with this die set, and you have until the 10th. So you got 2 more days to get this delicate wings paper pumpkin. You can see in the description of this video, I'll have like the link for that. It's so pretty. You guys, I love our paper pumpkins. Just get better and better. Love. And if you don't like the way they make the kits out, although I usually love them, there's always 1,000 different fantastic alternatives that you can get creative with these kits. So the paper pumpkin, you have until April 10th to get that one, and you can get the dies now while supplies last in my online store. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's quick cards, and that if you're going to get out and see the eclipse after this, I guess it's here in Arizona, it's like between 10 and so like in an hour to 12. I think 11:30 is like when it's going to be our prime viewing. Be careful. Make sure you wear your glasses, the eclipse glasses. You don't want to have any permanent eye damage. But thank you guys so much for joining me. And if you're watching this on Facebook, the replay later, or on my YouTube channel, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends. This paper is just gorgeous and easy to make. Fabulous cards, quick. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye. Happy crafting.